Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So I have been asked a lot recently about how I made my career change into UX design. And so in today's video, I wanted to share with you my own story and also some tips on how to make a career transition into UX design from a different background. I share everything about UX from interviewing tips, design quiz on my YouTube channel. So if you are interested on this type of content, please feel free to hit the subscribe so you won't miss any of my future content. Okay, so first of all, let me share with you a bit about my background. So before I became an UX designer, I was actually a lighting designer working in the architecture and construction industry. So growing up, I always had this dream to become an artist or designer, be able to work on creative work. And so after finishing my bachelor degree in architecture engineering, I went to Germany to pursue my graduate degree, specializing in lighting design for architecture. While I really enjoyed the creative side of the work, it started to become really frustrating to me that a lot of time it takes years for a project to complete. The actual time that I got to spend on working on the creative side of the work is very minimum. And another side of the reality is the job market. I've been spending a lot of time on commute, so I was hoping to find what might be some opportunities in the South Bay, but unfortunately it seems like none. At least back then, all the job openings for lighting designers are in the city. Moving to the Bay Area played a huge factor because I was surrounded by friends and opportunities in the tech industry, and I started to learn about the job opportunity as UX designers. Another big reason on the reality side is the compensation. If you're working in the architecture industry, I'm sure you're familiar with the low pay and long hours often involved. Back then, I was renting a 2-bed, 2-bath condo with a roommate. I worked very hard and I commute every day, but what I get paid is, I would say, barely covering my basic living costs in the Bay Area. As I get to learn more about, the compensation and the amount of opportunities, it started becoming more and more attractive to me. I think I started working on it around 2017, and I made an official change in 2018. So you must be wondering, how did I learn UX? All the skills and softwares while having a full-time job as a lighting designer. So here are a few things I want to share with you. First of all, I think I did a lot of self-learning. There are a lot of resources online that I was looking from Medium posts to YouTube videos. There are different type of UX communities to really try to learn about the core skills and software, from how to build a screen to how to make a wireframe and prototypes. To be honest, to learn hard skills is never gonna be the obstacle for you if you want to make a career change, because there are just plenty of resources, even free resources out there for if you want to develop those skills. The other side I want to share with you is I went to a bootcamp called Tradecraft. I know there are many controversials and different opinions about bootcamp. Just to speak to my own experience, attending that bootcamp really helped me gain a lot of real world experience, because it helped me connect with startup companies. So I got the chance to build real project experience in a relatively short time frame in a pretty intensive way. On the other hand, I think attending the bootcamp was really helpful for me to start building the network, because my prior network is all friends and coworkers are all in the architecture and construction industry. While attending the bootcamp helped me open the window to a whole new world to folks who are already or who are interested to get into the tech industry. The other side, I think, being immersed in a bootcamp environment for a few months, that really helped me boost the confidence level that I feel I'm ready to make this a full-time change. So fortunately, I was able to land my first full-time UX design job right out of the bootcamp and doubled my pay comparing to my prior job as a lighting designer. I think money is never the only reason why people want to leave a job or change their career, but I had to say I was really happy that I got into a job that has way better pay, better work-life balance, and a much better job market, that people has more choice and also more opportunities in career growth. The other side, how I learned UX, is really through project experience. So I was working on any kind of projects I can get my hands on. I started like creating self-paced case study. I try to create opportunities for my own by reaching out to people asking, okay, do you know friends or companies who might need help, like building websites, working on projects with real clients or companies, still the best way to gain experience as a UX designer. The situation for Bootcamp has changed, of course, and the bar has been raised higher, but I think the core of what is important when hiring managers or companies evaluate a UX designer, that has not changed much. At the end of the day, I think it's the two sides of the story. One is the hard skills, one is the soft skills, where you can find your own way that works the best for you, how to develop those skills. Last, I wanted to share with you some top tips on how to make a career change into UX design from a different background. The first one is find your own path. I've been hearing a lot of debate around bootcamp versus a degree in UX, which one is better? I personally don't think there is a right or wrong answer. Everyone has their own situation. Maybe you're a fresh grad looking into break into UX. Maybe you're coming from a different background. You already have a full-time job and you're trying to make this transition as a part-time. What I think is really important is to understand where you are, what works the best for you, develop a plan, and move forward. You can spend forever thinking about like what website platform is best to develop a portfolio, or which degree or bootcamp program is the best to land into a UX job. But the point is, the evaluating process is not going to help you to move forward. And at some point, you just have to pull the trigger and keep moving. Maybe you did not end into the best program, but that's fine. The more important side is usually not blocked by which course you decided to take, but the actual game plan and actions you are taking to be able to land that first job in UX. The second thing I want to share is to gain real-world project experience. I know this is still like a constant struggle for a lot of folks who are trying to break into UX, especially from a different background. The first job or internship is always the most difficult. And how to get into the door, real-world project experience is the goal. I want to encourage you to find and create opportunities, take the initiative and be proactive, and try to get your hands on anything, any projects you are able to help yourself gain that real world product design experience. No matter it is from word of mouth, from friends or family's introduction, or get onto the website like Upwork to find some contract work. It might not be a super fancy company. It might not be the type of project that you feel personally super interested on, but that is not an excuse, and this is not a time, I think, trying to be super picky, but have a really clear goal, knowing that, okay, the primary goal at the moment is to gain project experience and embrace the opportunities. Just do it. The next tip I wanted to share is to stay connected. So I think making a career change is a pretty huge challenge, especially if you are already having like a full-time job. It can be pretty overwhelming, and you don't want to feel alone in this journey. And what I meant by stay connected, there are many different ways to do that. You can join any UX communities or join those UX local events, which is even better to get to know people in person and get connected with other professionals or more experienced designers in the industry. I think this will help you really be able to stay focused, stay motivated. And when you're ready for the job searching, I think network is often the most effective way for you to be able to get connected to job opportunities. The next tip I have for you, if you are looking to a career change, is to let it go. Let go of your pride in your prior career. No matter how successful you were, don't put too much focus. Let it go. Because I have seen so many times in the UX portfolio that folks transitioning from different backgrounds try to put way too much projects and highlights in their past experience, which is just irrelevant for UX job. When you are preparing your portfolio or interview, focus on your core UX experience. You can have a subpage or something talking about your past background, but that should not be the focus. And especially the homepage, the first line, don't confuse hiring managers by saying, I am an architect and UX designer. Don't mix your work from your past job with the UX project. That's just gonna create too much confusion for the recruiter or hiring manager, which is not gonna help you in your job searching process. So last but not the least, leverage your strengths. We just talked about let go of your pride in your prior career, but at the same time, understand your unique strengths is extremely important. So for example, if you were an architect, perhaps it will be helpful for you to land a job in the world working on physical products like IoT or AR VR experience, because you just naturally already have a better understanding of 3D space or physical world than many others. So no matter what is the background you're from, understand what are some of your unique strengths and how to make that valuable and relevant for the potential UX role you will be interviewing. That will help you position yourself and frame your past experience as contributing to the new role rather than irrelevant. That is my last tip for you to really understand and leverage your unique strengths. At the end, I just want to say that making a career change is a big decision and it's a personal choice. So I'm not trying to convince you all to leave your current job and become UX designers. It's really meant to share my personal journey and what I learned back then when I made this transition to UX. So hopefully it will be helpful for folks who are looking to break into UX from a different background. Last, feel free to leave me comments and any questions. I would love to hear from you. I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.